the architecture of emotional mastery. What if I told you that right now, at this very moment, your emotions have been controlling your decisions without you even realizing it? That the anger you felt this morning, the jealousy that crept in this afternoon, the fear that paralyzes you, none of these are accidents. They're signals. And once you understand how to read them, once you truly grasp what I'm about to show you, you will never experience emotional chaos the same way again. But here's the warning. Understanding emotions is the only path to transcending them, so I won't waste time with pleasantries. Instead, I'll give you something far more valuable, the blueprint to emotional freedom. Just promise me one thing. Absorb the fourth point deeply. That's where everything changes. Let's start with the fundamental truth. An emotion is not just a fleeting feeling. It's a sophisticated signal, an internal messenger that rises from the depths of your consciousness in response to the world around you. It's your mind and heart communicating, telling you whether you're drawn towards something or repelled by it. Picture this: you pour your energy into creating something. You stay up through the night. You refine it obsessively. Then morning comes, and suddenly, thousands of people have discovered it. Your chest expands. Your face radiates with an involuntary smile. That surge of energy coursing through your veins? That's happiness speaking. It's tangible. It's real. Now imagine the opposite. You scroll through the responses to find something cutting, something dismissive, something that pierces. Instantly, your mood fractures. Anger flares. A shadow of sadness creeps in. The same platform, the same moment in time, yet two completely different internal worlds. But here's what most people miss, and this is crucial. The situation didn't create these emotions. The situation is merely a mirror. What creates emotion is the meaning you assign to what happens. It's your interpretation, your story. If you assign positive meaning, positivity blooms. If you assign negativity, darkness spreads. The situation itself is neutral. You are the architect of your emotional response. So the deeper question emerges. Where exactly do these emotions originate? Your brain isn't a simple machine. It's a masterpiece of biological engineering, a supercomputer with specialized systems designed for every function. Somewhere within this intricate architecture exists a region devoted purely to thinking, the rational mind that calculates, analyzes, judges right from wrong. But there's also something far more primal, a system dedicated entirely to feeling. We call it the limbic system, and nested within it, like a gatekeeper to your emotional world, sits a small but powerful almond-shaped structure called the amygdala. Here's where it gets fascinating. When something happens, when someone offers you praise or hurls an insult, that signal doesn't travel first to your thinking brain. No, it rushes straight to the amygdala. You feel before you think. You react before you reason. Consider a moment of pure instinct. You're walking down an unfamiliar street when suddenly, a dog lunges toward you, barking ferociously. In that split second, you don't pause to contemplate whether this animal is friendly or dangerous. You don't run through a mental checklist. Your body simply moves. Your amygdala has already flooded your system with fear. Your muscles tense. Your legs carry you backward. It's automatic. It's survival. This is the critical insight. Your brain generates the emotion, but your body experiences it. Your brain determines whether something is a threat or an opportunity, and your body responds physically. A racing heartbeat, trembling hands, tears streaming down your face. The full cascade works like this. A situation presents itself. Your brain analyzes it in milliseconds. Emotions ignite. Your nervous system awakens. And finally, you become aware of what you're feeling. Now here's the tragedy. When emotions surge, when anger floods through you, when sadness weighs you down, when fear paralyzes you, we instinctively do one of two things. We either explode with our emotions, letting them hijack our behavior, or we suppress them, forcing them down into the depths of our psyche where they fester and accumulate. But both approaches are destructive. Reacting means your emotions have become your master. Suppressing means you're denying their existence, which only causes them to erupt with greater force later. There's a third path. The first step on that path is awareness, but not just any awareness. True awareness means observing without judgment. It means becoming a witness to your own emotional landscape. Let's say anger ignites within you. Normally, you'd unleash it. You'd shout. You'd justify. You'd project it onto someone else. But this time, try something different. Stop. Go silent. Release the narrative. Simply feel what's happening inside your body. Is your heart accelerating? Is your breathing becoming shallow? Is your chest tightening? Notice it all. Yes, anger is present. But here's the subtle shift that changes everything. Don't claim it. Don't say, I am angry. Instead, observe. Anger is here. Can you feel the difference? The moment you shift from identification to observation, you've already stepped outside the emotion. You're no longer drowning in it. You're standing on the shore watching the waves. And this is where the real power emerges. Awareness creates a sanctuary. It opens a space, a gap, between the moment an emotion arises and the moment you respond to it. And that gap is where your freedom lives. The longer you remain in that observational space, the more the emotion loses its grip. The intensity fades. Anger softens. Sadness dissolves. What seemed overwhelming transforms into something manageable. This isn't magic or wishful thinking. This is the science of consciousness itself, what we call mindfulness. It's feeling the full spectrum of your emotions while refusing to become enslaved by them. It's receiving the message without following the orders. Think of emotions like notifications on your phone. If you react to every ping, every alert, every buzz, you'll live in perpetual distraction and chaos. But if you develop the discipline to observe the notification, consider it, and choose whether to respond and how, suddenly you're in control. The technology serves you rather than the reverse. Here's another fundamental truth that most people overlook. Every single emotion has a parent. That parent is a thought. Emotions don't materialize from nowhere. They have a source, and that source is always the stories your mind tells. When something happens, someone overlooks you, for instance, that bare fact is just data. But your mind doesn't stop there. It builds a narrative. It whispers, you're not important to them. They've moved on. They never valued you anyway. And from that constructed story, sadness blooms. Insecurity spreads. Loneliness takes root. But if you pause, if you pull yourself into that observational space we discussed, you can recognize the truth. The only thing that actually happened was that someone overlooked you. Everything else? That's your mind's creative fiction. A mental drama that feels real but isn't. Here's what becomes clear. Becoming emotionless doesn't mean your thoughts will vanish. Your brain generates thousands of thoughts every single day. Some grounded in truth, some distorted, some pure imagination. You can't stop this factory of thought. It's how your brain is wired. But you can control your relationship with these thoughts. You can choose which ones to accept and which to dismiss. You can decide which thoughts deserve your attention and which to let pass like clouds drifting across the sky. Becoming emotionless means this. Thoughts will come, but they don't own you. They can whisper their stories, but you don't have to believe them. They can knock on your door, but you decide whether to invite them in. Now we arrive at the fourth point, the turning point. The moment that separates those who master their emotions from those who remain enslaved by them. Your emotional freedom is hemorrhaging the moment you hand it over to someone else's perception. As long as you desperately need others to understand you, validate you, celebrate you, and accept you, your emotional state becomes hostage to their whims. Your happiness is no longer yours. Think about what actually happens. Someone ignores you, and pain pierces through you. Someone compliments you, and joy lifts you. Someone criticizes you, and shame crashes down. Do you see what's occurred? Their actions have become the remote control for your emotional state. You're reacting to frequencies you don't even control. And as long as that remote stays in their hands, emotional freedom is just a fantasy. But becoming emotionless doesn't mean you stop caring about people. It means something far more powerful. Your sense of self-worth becomes independent of their behavior. You understand your value so deeply, so fundamentally, that whether they recognize it or not becomes irrelevant. You stand unmoved. You remain centered. Anchor this to memory. Expect nothing. Control everything within. This is the alchemy. Lower your expectations, and you lower the emotional pain that comes from disappointment. Because every expectation is really a demand you're placing on reality. It's your blueprint for how you think things should unfold. When life doesn't cooperate, When the world refuses to bend to your expectations, frustration erupts. But when you release those demands, when you stop insisting that reality conform to your vision, peace arrives. No amount of rejection or dismissal can shatter your inner equilibrium. But there's a final frontier, the realm of decision-making. This is where emotions transform from guidance into tyranny. The moment you allow an emotion to direct your decisions, the instant you act from anger, from guilt, from fear, from wounded pride, you've surrendered your agency. And those decisions, born from impulse rather than clarity, almost always become regrets you'll carry. This is why you must construct what I call a logical shield. It's a mental filter, a guardian between your emotions and your actions. Before letting any emotion direct your behavior, ask it this question. Is this feeling serving me? Is it leading me toward growth or away from it? If the answer is no, then you acknowledge the feeling, you don't deny it, but you refuse to follow its direction. When your reasoning becomes strong, emotions remain contained. They lose their power to derail you. Your logic becomes invisible armor protecting you from impulsive action, keeping your choices grounded and intentional. This is why people who master their emotions often appear cool, collected, untouched. But the truth is different. They're not unfeeling. They're feeling with discipline. They experience the full spectrum of their emotions, but they've created a governing force, a logical shield, that ensures emotions inform but never dictate. Here's the ultimate insight. When your awareness and your logic merge into a unified protection that emotions can touch but cannot penetrate, when you reach that moment of clarity where you realize your emotions don't control you, you give them direction, that's when the transformation is complete. Your logic is your final fortress. Your awareness is your eternal guardian. Together, they liberate you. These are the practical laws of emotional mastery. The blueprint is now in your hands. The question that remains is simply this. Will you remain enslaved to your emotions, or will you become their master? The choice has always been yours. And remember, I respond to every comment, every question, every sincere inquiry in the comments below. If something here stirred you, if you want to explore this deeper, please share. I'll be there. Now, if this resonated with you, please like this video. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and join our community. There's always something transformative waiting to be discovered here. See you in the next one.